Ooh, 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 caster fail. Guys, Infinity Gaming's Morse, if you didn't know already from that shitty production value. And I am joined by the Dark Lorax.
Quite the introduction.
Oh, you should have saw this, like, the screens flipping while I freaked out and tried to remember which hotkeys were which.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dark Lorax, I've been under a rock for the last 20 minutes. This is game 2, I heard. Tell me what is going on.
Alright, so it's game 2. We have our green Zerg player spawning in the lower left-hand corner. It is SCA's Andromeda. And in the upper right-hand corner, we have Deimos' Keatz. Keatz is ahead 1-0 in the series after a beautifully hidden Blink Stalker 2-base push that caught Andromeda completely off guard and was able to do enough damage to get the GG.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool build. I think had there been a little more map awareness, like you were touching on during the break, if there had been a little more map awareness from the Zerg, I think he would have had a better job handling that. A few spines really would have made such a difference in that engagement.
Yeah, for sure. But part of that build was to deny scouting. I mean, Keatz came out with those couple of Phoenixes early on, so you could tell it was a very well thought through strategy. He went through and cleared out as many Overlords and lifted up as many little wings as he could to clear that path to the War Prism. And obviously he did his job and cleared out things just enough so that he could sneak all the way in there, because Andromeda had no idea that it was coming. And I think if that had failed, Andromeda would have been in a huge advantage, having droned up 3 bases and fully saturated and was already on a 4th base. So he was ready to kick it into high gear as far as production goes.
Oh, there we go. The drone does finally scout the gateway in the back. Keatz loves to make his opponents work for that information.
Yeah, it's a very interesting placement. I have seen a couple Protoss that put all of their tech buildings way back in here, back behind the mineral line, and it's tough to get a sacrificial overlord all the way in there, especially if your opponent's on top of the spotting of them. So it's not necessarily that bad a choice. And then the Cybernetics Core goes down in front to start the wall, so probably a gateway expand coming from Keatz.
A little bit of extractor trick going on, buying himself just a few seconds to get a drone out sooner than he would if he had to wait for that Overlord. Good play by Andromeda.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, so a few seconds can make all the difference in the world at higher levels.
Indeed. Yeah, I was talking with somebody the other day, and gosh, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Izanagi, and we were talking about how Terran, like, Zerg has larva, Protoss can just, warp in and stuff. But there's another element for Terran that you don't take that a lot of people don't take into consideration, and that's time. We can't instantly warp anything in. We can't immediately start production on 26 of one type of unit, unless I have 26 barracks or 13 with reactors. So it's kind of opened my eyes to a new style of play, and I really enjoy opportunities to watch some of these when that probe goes down. For me, it's really exciting to watch some of this high-level play, get a chance to do some commentary on it, and get some ideas on how to make my builds better, but I'm not going to do any of that watching some PvZ. Ugh, PvZ.
Well, if you switch to a better race, maybe you have some way to pick it up here. But it's a very good point, and that's one of the things that I find fascinating about StarCraft is how different the approaches are to each race, and that's one of the reasons that I enjoy playing Zerg. It's because you don't have to worry about having production buildings of all shapes and sizes. All you need is your hatcheries and the larva, and everything just comes from the same place. And to me, that mechanic it makes the most sense with how I play. So that's something I'm drawn to, and I think there's probably some interesting, funny meme or something out there about, like, what the race you play says about you and your personality, and if there isn't, somebody needs to go make that. It could be perfect, but you can tell a lot about somebody by the race they play.
Alright, so we got getting ready to be a 3-base Zerg. Hasn't started saturation on his 3rd yet. Both gas is down. Oh, what is going on? Is that Phoenix? Oh, Mothership Core poking in, getting some scouting.
Poke. Yep.
The layer started after the mothership core was out of range, I believe. No, he did see that. He did see that start.
That's a pretty 7 minutes is just as super standard as you can get for a layer timing for Zerg. So he's not going to find out too much from that. Interestingly enough, though, it's another Phoenix opening for Keatz. He's built one of each tech building so far and is working on saturation, but just one Phoenix in production and getting a +1 attack. So maybe gearing up for some other cute timing push here.
Oh, run, Overlord, run! Run, you poor, poor bastard.
Overlord is as good as dead against the Phoenix. That Zergling's gonna be not long for this world either.
There's another Ovi getting ready to go down.
Yep, so he's got the Sacrificial Overlord scouting out. He sees the Robo. Let's see, does he catch that gateway in the back?
He does.
Yep, he's seen the gateway in the back. He's seen all the other tech buildings in the front here, so I would be very surprised if, yeah, you can see the adjustment immediately. See that he's already got a Hydralisk Den in production. There are no roaches on the field. Usually, facing a 2-base Protoss going for some all-in, you're going to see some roaches. He's going straight to Hydralisks, which is a great adjustment. Hoping to pick out some of this air harass early on and save his economy from that just annoying stuff that Protoss can do early game. Whoever designed the Protoss race was obviously trying to make them fit the adjective of be as annoying as possible with all the units, and I think they did a wonderful job.
I think they did a great job as well. I'm taking a look at the chat real quick, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Andromeda, who's playing. I believe he's the gentleman with StarCraft Ascension. Jenny Panda says hello and wishes him a good luck, have fun.
Yeah, good luck, Andromeda.
Oh, Phoenix!
Hope things are going. Hope that things are going better for you this game. It looks like he is much better prepared in this game so far. He's pushing out across the map with Hydras. I like this sort of aggressive poke moving forward. Little does he know, however, there are 2 Colossi about a third of the way done. And Colossi's favorite meal for breakfast is Hydralisks, so Andromeda's going to have to be kind of careful here. Groove Spines just started an upgrade. It looks like Hydra's speed is already finished, so he could have a window to do some damage here before those Colossus pop.
Ooh, he's taking a lot of losses there.
Yep, he decides to pull back, check for the third, and regroup a little bit. If you waste much more time, though, these Colossus are about to come out, and that's pretty much the end of the game for those Hydras. They're going to have to go all the way back to the base.
1 Colossus, 2 Colossus. Oh my.
Yeah.
There's
2
just
Colossi there, 2 more on the way. This is beginnings of a death ball here. Stargate not being used. Right now there's pretty much oversaturated on 2 base. He's probably going to use this Colossus tech to secure his third and push out, and then mass up and max and try to kill Andromeda here. Andromeda's going to poke, but I don't think Andromeda's going to get in too far here. Once the Colossus come out, yeah, there's just not much you can do against that. He is, however, delaying the third, and as long as he can delay the third, he's now taking a fourth, so he's in pretty good shape, splitting up his army a little bit to get a better concave if they decide to push out.
So
Creep spread looks good. He's got pretty big area in front of his base here that he's got total vision of.
Inspired getting ready to pop here in just a little bit as well. Going to have some Corruptors to help take care of this Colossi, I'm sure.
Yep, he can also be super annoying with a lot of Mutalisks. Mutalisks, I do have to say, if you want an annoying unit, that's the Zerg version. The Zerg flavor of annoyance is the Mutalisk. He's got, almost has 4 bases up, got a macro hatch in the third, so he's going to have all the larvae he needs to build just about anything. And he's contained Keatz to 2 bases, which is exactly where you want to be as a Zerg. Now, Keatz just has to mass up and push out and try to secure this third.
Bob the Zealot going to come over and deny this length.
Yep. 2 kills on Bob the Zealot so far.
Expansion goes down.
Yep.
Counterattack and a force to cancel, I'm sure. Oh no!
Cancel. Not paying close enough attention.
Queued up a lot of buildings.
Sleep at the switch.
That's going to cost him.
To take out this whole army though with these. Oh, he's got a surround potential here. These Colossi, if they're not careful, they could get totally surrounded. Yeah, he's got plenty of wings. This could end badly if he doesn't maintain correct position.
Oh, more Colossi comes in, though. There's just too many Colossi. He's got the DPS. Oh, and the Corruptors show up! This does not look good!
Just in time.
All of a sudden, the tides have turned. He can just pull back that entire ground army for the most part. Just pick off these Colossi one by one. Was at 6, now at 3. These Corruptors doing some work. Hydralisk getting back into the fray. They need to give some support to the Corruptors, or they're just not going to be able to last long. However, there's just so many Corruptors. Another Colossi goes down. And another. And another. No Colossi on the map now.
So, units lost, resources there, right now favoring Andromeda, except it is pretty close. 7,800 lost for Keatz, 6,500 for Andromeda, but Andromeda's in the base tearing it up with wings, so this does not look good for Keatz.
A Void Ray has appeared on the map. A Corruptor, or the mass of Corruptors making quick work of that Void Ray, making quick work of another Colossi. Good ground forces here as well. Not a lot of Hydralisks. They're a little gushy, but he's got more streaming across the map. Tons of reinforcements coming, and Keatz calls it GG. And guys, we're going to go to a Game 3. Wow, what an exciting finish to that game.
Yeah, that was a great adjustment from Andromeda. He sort of saw the style that Keatz played in Game 1 and switched over to doing more of a Hydralisk Ling play rather than Ling Roach that he did on Game 1, and it proved to work out just perfectly for him. Keatz was trying to get a little too cute with tech and didn't have much support for those Colossi.
That was awesome. Those Corruptors showing up just in time blew my mind. You, though, you probably knew they were coming. You're like, yep, this is going to be sweet.
Yeah, if you need something to shoot a 3-story tall robot, it's got to be flying, unfortunately.
Guys, we will be right back with Game 3 of this series. It is StarCraft Ascension's Andromeda versus Deimos. Deimos?
Deimos?
Deimos is? It's possessive, right? Anyway, Keatz. Another PVZ Game 3 coming up in just a bit, guys. Stick around.